September beckons passage from diamond to gridiron play. You'll see every hit, every pass with Chopper 10 above the fray. Indigo skies paint background for flight, and we'll be with you on green battlegrounds as the troops advance on this Friday night.
It's time for Friday Night Flights. Now, here's Sports Director Bruce Rader.
And welcome to week 2 of Friday Night Flights. I am Bruce Rader along with our special guest host, Tom Shad. And Tom, that sounded exactly like it was straight out of NFL films.
I just had a deeper voice. Let's just say it's my attempt at poetry, an attempt that you so graciously put up with every year.
Well, you do such a good job. Let's get to the action. We begin with our game of the night. Indian River looking like a contender for the 5A state championship, taking on unbeaten Kings Fork. How good is Indian River? Their defense, one of the best I've seen in years. Linebacker Jaquan Yulee, he's headed to Alabama next year. Nick Saban will like this fumble recovery. Look at the moves. The All-American Jaquan Yulee. Now, how important are special teams? We'll ask Trey Sean Delk of Kings Fork. He is going to put his team back in the game right here. On the ensuing kickoff, he takes off up the field, number 2 for the touchdown. Quarterback Ryan Klook. Back for Kings Fork, lobs it to Terry Tubbs. That's a touchdown, right? Wait, the refs say there are penalties on both sides. The touchdown is wiped out. Kids, that's what happens when you have penalties. Indian River takes advantage. Tyree Givers-Wilson to Devontae Beckett for the score. Beckett here, headed to Virginia Tech next year. The Braves are loaded and beat Kings Fork 50-21. State championship contenders, I say. Let's head to Suffolk. Oscar Smith on the road against Lakeland. Oscar Smith in white. Sean Mitchell, one of the best high school quarterbacks in Virginia history, to Josh Gray for the touchdown. Mitchell, now a senior. He started the season 26-3. This time finds the junior Khalid Perry across the middle. He takes it right into your living room for the huge gain right here, number 4. And you know what? Mitchell, not only can he throw, he can run as well as he takes off, number 17, getting into the end zone for another Tiger score. How about Courtney Johnson? He can find that end zone as well. Coach Richard Morgan says he's got a young defense. Well, his defense shut out Lakeland tonight, 48-0. The Tigers, 76 straight Southeastern District win. At the beach, Cox High School looking for its 3rd win in a row. Cox wearing green, taking on Kellogg. Here's Cox quarterback Cole Johnson. He's headed to James Madison. He'll hit Jake Herslow up the middle for the first down. Johnson can run as well. I mean, this kid just looks like a college quarterback. He scores the touchdown. Kellum, though, a typical Coach Chris DeWitt team, tough as nails, never gives up, pounds the football. Trevon Thorpe gets the handoff, takes it in for the score, and Cody Elmer, I think I heard his name called 100 times tonight. He scored a touchdown here as well, but Cox would prevail 38-17 to remain undefeated at the beach and a force in the very talented 6A South Region this year. Now, Cox looking like a contender, Tom.
And I saw a group of young ladies who make sure their fellow students read all about it. Meet the Falcon Press News staff, and you notice they are all young women. We're lucky that we're still here, Bruce.
I know.
They traded in their notebooks for smartphones, getting the scoop on their hot team, but great sports writing needs great photography. What do you like taking pictures of the most?
I like action shots, so just natural candids of people doing what they would do normally.
Oh, you didn't get any of me, did you?
No. I'll try to, though.
No, I've not seen any photos from Simi Park, but you can find plenty of my photos from tonight on my Facebook page, Tom Shad, Wavy TV.
They'll have our jobs before we know it. Green run at Lansdowne. Lansdowne in blue down 16-7. Quarterback Bruce Dukes picked off by Kyrie Brown Zelmer of Green Run. Nice defense by Green Run. Great night for Green Run running back Breland Cyphers. Here he goes in for the short touchdown. Next time up, though, He's going to dial long distance right into your living room. Cyphers with 280 yards rushing tonight, and the Stallions go on to win 30-7.
Back to Chesapeake now for a matchup between longtime rivals Great Bridge and Western Branch.
Now, Bruins of Western Branch, 1-1 on the season. Great Bridge with a new coach this week, Olin Manfield, in search of its first win of the young season, but it wasn't going to happen tonight against a very good Western Branch team. The Bruins can hurt you on offense so many ways. Let's start with Keith Bryan. On just the second play of Western Branch's first drive, he takes off down the field for 80 yards for the first score of the night, and that was just the beginning. Why not just put the ball back into the hands of Keith Bryan again? How about another 69 yards? How about another Western Branch touchdown? And the Western Branch defense says, hey guys, what about us? Senior linebacker Armin Jones, 6'1", 205, with the pick and the easy score. The Bruins defense just smothered the Wildcats tonight. J.C. Barrows, the Bruins' other running back, says, by the way, folks, don't forget to mention my name on Friday Night Flights. He gets into the end zone. And Western Branch shuts out Great Bridge 65-0. The Bruins in total control in this game, 65-0. That would be the final. The 1-1 Hickory Hawks at home against 2-0 Grassfield, led by Grant Holloway, one of the top 50 receivers in the country. But this guy can also play defense. Here he is with the interception. And, oh, by the way, he's an All-American track star. This is why. Nobody's going to catch him. 62 yards to the house. He says, no, sir, on the sideline. Hickory punting from its own end zone. And you know who they had to punt to? They had to punt to Holloway.
Oh, no, that guy.
And what happens? He gets the great block, and boom! He's gone for another touchdown.
Ooh,
nobody's going to catch him. 14-0 Grizzlies. A hat trick for Holloway, who also scored on a 72-yard catch and run. And then the handoff to Darius Higgins. Look at him barrel his way over the pylon. The Grizzlies win big 49-7, and they move to 3-0. Booker T. Washington loses to John Holmes out of Eatonton by 1 point, while Lake Taylor wins its 18th straight game. The Titans down south over Northeastern from Elizabeth City, 34-27.
Heritage blows past Menchville 49-12. Bethel, a 4-point win over Kickingham.
And still to come. Remember last week, Wilson Cynthia Brown shocked the world with a touchdown pass. You're not going to believe what the future Radford soccer player did tonight.
And Chopper 10 makes another stop at the beach, this time at Sun Devils country, home of Salem High School.
We are the Kickingham cheerleaders. Don't go away. Bruce and Tom will be right back with more Friday Night Flights.
Kickingham High School Marching Band, the Friday Night Flights Band of the Week.
And you can see their entire performance on Wavy.com. We also have slideshows and top 10 plays. And interact with us on Twitter at Fry Night Flights and use the hashtag WavyFNF. Now to Portsmouth for a matchup between two of the area's oldest schools.
The Wilson Presidents hosting the Granby Comets from Norfolk. Now remember earlier in the week we featured this young lady, Wilson punter Cynthia Brown, the first girl in Virginia high school history to throw a touchdown pass. Last week she was all over social media. Cynthia Brown here tonight, 35-yard field goal, one of 3 field goals for her tonight. Wilson's defense with a critical stop to end the half. Marcus Devon goes up for the pick. A big night for special teams. This time the Comets receiving the kick from Brown, and Jaquavian Beecham with the night. Jaquavian Beecham takes that kick up the middle, 83 yards and a 14-6 lead. But it would once again come down to Cynthia Brown, who would be in the spotlight. Final seconds, Cynthia Brown, 35-yard field goal, and it is good. Do you believe it? She connects. That was her 3rd field goal of the game, and it was the game winner. That would have been good from 40-plus yards out. Cynthia going to Radford to play soccer. Maybe she ought to stay in football. Wilson beats Granby 15-14. Cynthia Brown, one of the great stories in high school football and Friday night flights this season. At Powhatan Field, an all-Norfolk showdown between Norview and Maury. First quarter, Norview in gray. Gary O'Mac, he's going to come up and watch this little short pass to Devin Watford, and then Watford is going to do the rest. He finds a seam, gets a block. Devin Watford off and running. Nobody's going to catch him. 77 yards for the touchdown. The Northview Pilots take a 13-0 lead. Missed opportunities plagued Maury all night. Fourth down. Commodores go to the end zone. For the receiver, oh, he can't hold on to the pass by Kevin Mills. So late in the second quarter, off the reverse, Markel Wood is going to head for pay dirt. He's got this one, but you got to hold on to the football, man. Come on. He fumbles. Northview recovers. The Pilots hang on for the win to remain undefeated, 33-14. That was the final, and now let's head back to Virginia Beach. The Salem Sun Devils in action against Princess A&M.
And before we get to the highlights, Bruce, I have this habit of gravitating to those who do what we do for a living. So at Cox, we met the staff of Falcon Press. Well, at Salem, beautiful shot from Chopper 10, by the way, we're going to go for TV land. In the end zone, Nigeria Wright is getting video for the Salem Sun Devils film crew. It helps the coaches. But this recent graduate from Salem may be giving birth to a new career idea. You just graduated high school. Is this what you want to do for the rest of your life?
No, actually I want to become a labor and delivery nurse at VCU. But right now I'm at basic college doing my basic classes.
I see. So quite a difference from videography.
Yes.
Well, I hope Nigeria got this shot. Salem in the red. This is Salem's Devonta Williams. Bye-bye. Getting the handoff and going 56 yards for the touchdown. Salem 45-15 winners tonight. And the rest of the finals from the beach. Bayside by 2 touchdowns over Tallwood, and First Colonial 10-8. A baseball game over Kempsville.
Meanwhile, in Suffolk tonight, 5A Nansemond River in black taking on 4A Deep Creek in white. Early in the second half, Deep Creek quarterback Jalen Jefferson rolls out to pass. It's intercepted by Nansemond River defensive back Colby Williams, who takes it back for the touchdown to give Nansemond River a 21-3 lead. So that gave the offense a chance to get into the end zone. Nansemond River's Terrence Lambert is just going to skate up the middle, showing a burst of speed behind his strong offensive line. 53 yards to the end zone. Nansemond River wins it 38-3.
Once again, the Kickotan High School Marching Band.
Under the direction of Nick Conti.
The Friday Night Flights Band of the Week.
You can see their entire performance. Go to wavy.com, click on sports, and check out our Friday Night Flights webpage. More scores. Grafton pitches the shutout over Bruton Tab with the 8-point win over New Kent.
York 31, War Hill 13. Pocosin scores 56 points in its win over Jamestown.
Lafayette wins again. Rams all over Smithfield. Martine Taylor and Rayshawn Jefferson combined for 281 yards in Surrey County's win over West Point.
And Franklin defeats Charles City 48-14. Darius Savage had 4 touchdown passes, 2 of them to Brandon Jones, and Windsor defeated Northampton 36-14.
All right, that wraps up another Friday Night Flights. Tom Schad, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for putting up with me again.
You did another great job. A big weekend of college football. NC State visiting Old Dominion tomorrow. Nathan Epstein will be here with the Weekend Sports Wrap. Have a great weekend, everybody. Good night.